Wow. My favorite time of day, that sunrise. And there's my favorite extra, the moon. Hmm. Good morning, David Cox. Good morning from sunny Spain, at least. And yep, today it will be sunny. We've got nothing but blue sky around. David, I loves waking up in the mornings. Yeah, I've always been a morning early riser, and I loves getting out, catch the sunrise. I've always been one to enjoy the full moons for as long as I can remember. That's right, David Cox. I'm in Spain on the Granada coast. To the east there, where the sun's rising from. That's the direction of Almeria. And then where the sun be setting, where the moon be setting, that's the direction of Malaga. And up behind, that's the direction of Granada. Straight across the sea there is Algeria, Africa. Nope, I'm not Scottish. Nope. I born in England, raised in Ireland, Southern Ireland, down on the southwest coast of Cork, County Cork. Mhm. Ah, wicked. Fair play. You're in Dublin. I up in Dublin a couple of times. Mm, where was I? I was up in Terranor. I think it's called Terranor. Um, big Neptune Stadium. I was there for the all Ireland's judo. We're coming in from West Cork, Ballythehub to be precise. And yep, representing for the All Irelands. I think that year I was under 14s. I was under 14 All Ireland judo. Hmm. Like I said, being Irish blood, Irish, English born, Irish raised. I mean, the Irish didn't really recognize me, and the English, well, they resented me. Mm, I have no allegiance to either. I have no commitment to either. I'm a tramp. I'm a hobo. I'm a drifter, and I'm happy on my own. I got 2 handsome dogs. I make friends everywhere I go, and before I make enemies, I'm gone. I don't stick around for enemies. I don't stick around for the fight, for the arguments and stuff like that. I'm a happy-go-lucky dope smoker. I smoke my weed. A very, very, very rare have a drink. I don't like alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I don't like drunken environments. I don't like it. Never have. Oh, there goes the moon right now. Wow, as full as she is. Wow. That's right, David. You was close with the Scottish accent, weren't you? Yeah. And he is in Dublin still. How is Dublin? For us down in West Cork, you can imagine, we be teased a lot by folk in Dublin, and likewise, we'd be teasing in return, and it'd be the same for Kerry. I don't know why, but Cork was sort of like stuck between Kerry and Dublin. Do you know, like yeah. Mm, I don't know why. Never got involved in it. I, yeah, I literally stayed clear of all the politics and stuff. I I too busy getting stoned when I was growing up in Ireland. Too busy working on the fishing boats. David, you know, I'm 3 years away from the towns and all the city life and all that sort of stuff. You know, I'm 3 years away from it, living up on this mountain. And I swear down now, I, I, I am very, very close to just like giving up on this mountain. I am very, very close to just like fuck off. You know, hey, give me my tramp life back. Yeah. You know, this settled life ain't for me. This settled life's a rich man's club. You know, it ain't for me. I can't do this for other people's. I'm not doing it for myself. You know, if I was doing this settled life for myself, you know, like I'd be getting on doing projects. But I'm doing this settled life for other people's, and I'm not doing projects for them. I'm not doing projects for them. They don't pay me. Yeah. So I'm not doing nothing for them. On this mountain, I've done a lot. Now I'll just sit here and wait. That's all. I'll just sit here and wait now. Or I'll pack my bag and I'll fuck off. That's exactly how I'm feeling this last couple of last few months really. Nearly a year really. I've been waking up to the fact that this ain't my life on this mountain. I never bought into it. I never thought it was a good idea. And I told my mates when they introduced me to the mountain, I said, "You're off your fucking heads." And to prove they're off their heads, I've done as much as I can as a tramp. I can't do no more. The worst thing is when I look at me Captain Jack and I says, "Whoa, boy, you're 5 years of age already." You know, it's like, what adventures have we had, Captain? Hmm? You've had more near-death experiences just walking home from that village to this mountain. It's like, it's not worth it. There's a life out there walking that road, and I knows it. I'd be much happier thinking that I could walk to Thailand or walk to Egypt rather than thinking, one day I'll have the money to fly there. One day. Nah, I don't think like that. Oh, David Cox, one thing I knows is like the Mediterranean's my natural medicine. Okay. For me, like being here in Spain, I've learned, well, the reason I'm in Spain is for the asthma. First off, I came here about 10 years ago on vacation and I didn't need me inhalers. After a 10-day vacation and I returned back to Bristol, I was in Bristol selling the big issues. And straight away in the airport, I'm having an asthma attack. So he's like, fuck that. Yeah, I'm going back to Spain. It took me 9 months. It took me 9 months to get back to Spain. But, you know, like, yeah, I've been here ever since. 9 years now. 9 years I've been here now. Not once have I used an asthma inhaler or the steroid tablets. No. One thing I've learned, though, David, yeah, is walking to the west where the Atlantic settles is like or the Atlantic flows is like that environment is bad for me, and I felt that on my chest. Yeah, when I walked along the coast and I got to the far west, Cadiz, Seville, Tarifa, those areas, my chest was really really bad. But when I came back to the east, when I came back to the Malaga and beyond, you know, like the Malaga, Granada, I've had good clear chest. Yeah. And so it just goes to show if I keep staying in the warmth, yeah, then my chest is all right. If it goes over to the raining, cloudy, cold, windy environments, then my chest is going to be bad. As a drifter, as a nomad, a pilgrim, a tramp, hobo, I don't have any direction. All I do know is heading east or south is possibly my best bet for health reasons. Well, David Cox, like I'm a tramp. Yeah, I've come to Spain basically for good health. Yeah, I don't have a job. I don't have any income. I don't have friends. I'm isolated up on the mountain. So for me, it's like this mountain is just like it's too much of an energy sucker. Yeah. Most days I don't know where to get food from. Most days I don't know where I'm going to get me tobacco from. You know, I improvise and I grow a little bit of weed. It's not enough. Yeah. The reason I didn't grow enough is because I don't want people coming to rob me. I don't want people thinking that I'm a soft target. And so I don't grow my own weed like I should be, like I want to be, because the unwanted, unnecessary attention that people have given to me on YouTube. So I'm knowing that, like possibly I've burned a bridge. I've burned a bridge here. It's not an environment that I can manage. Hmm? There's no water, there's no electricity, there's no phone signal, there's no land to make food garden. Everything needs to be carried up. And it's got to the point where I don't want to carry nothing up. I don't want to carry water up. I don't want to carry food up. I don't want to carry nothing up. I look down there and I think, well, that's the lifestyle I know. I can just walk and keep walking and no problem. I can make my day out on road. Hmm? I can't do nothing up on this mountain. I say the reality. That's the reality that I'm aware of. Wow, Donegal. No way. I'll be staying away from the Donegal for sure. We called into Donegal Harbour many years ago. Like I used to work on fishing boats, David, down in Baltimore, West Cork. Yeah, and we've been into Donegal once or twice. And for sure, is some of the cleanest air available in Europe. But, but it's also very, very far north, very dark, cold, and wet. Not an environment suitable for my health. Well, the moon's gone until tonight. And there's the sunshine now, coming up so bright. Ah, beautiful. Wow, Donegal. Yeah, I could imagine. I can imagine Donegal would be crazy place for drugs and crime. I can imagine because it's one of them busy ports. A busy port, multinationals. It's a shame how drugs have taken over the world. It's a shame. It's a shame how, many years ago, it was the alcohol that took over the world. And I guess before that, it was a shame how religion took over the world. Like every now and again, there's just that one something that takes over. For me, the sunshine is taking over today. It is sad, David. It is sad. And you know what's more sad than the drugs taking over? Is the drug addicts are given priority. Have you noticed that? No matter where you go, drug addicts are given priority, alcoholics are given priority, criminals are given priority. And that's my stance. Yeah. As a tramp, as a hobo, as a drifter, that's not involved in drink or drugs or crime, other than I smoke my marijuana, I walk as a free man. I say an example to my own type, to my fellow countrymen, to my fellow earthlings. I shows them because I'm willing and able to stand up and make a difference. I've singled myself off. Because I've singled myself off, other people see me as a target. And I loves it. Because when people see me as a target, they fallen into the trap. They fallen into the trap of society. And I laughs at them. And then I cry for them. And then I laugh some more. I've just walked more than a mile to come to this view, just to sit here and watch this view. And I'll walk more than a mile home because more than likely we'll climb the mountain. I don't think we'll walk the path. I think we will climb the mountain. And if we don't climb the mountain, we'll walk the path. And if we walk the path, then the path's a mile long at least. Going up the mountain, well, we could just keep on walking. Wow. Well, it's a hunter's day today, Sunday. I've just seen on the other side of the mountain a car of a dog trailer going up. Last weekend, the hunters were in the valley where where I'm living. They were in that valley. I'm thinking this weekend they won't be back. I think they shot a lot of boar last week. I think they shot a lot of them. You see, here's me Captain Jack, right? That little black dot just there. Yeah. Now he's in a position of power. If you look at where he sat, he's in a position of power. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Grizzles all the way down there, and he can hear me. Oh, David, I upset everybody's. Yeah, I fucks them all off. I upset their friends. Yeah, when I start talking about junkies, pissheads. Yeah, when I talk about the predators that I've encountered on YouTube, and when I associate their a community, when I associated them all together. Yeah, I pissed them all off. One thing you got to understand, David Cox, yeah, is like this YouTube. The people are so like it's like the smallest family. Yeah, that's what I've seen on this YouTube. Yeah, the smallest of families, the most redneck, the most Nazi freaking behavior ever. Yeah, everybody's so territorial. You know, you can't talk to me and go to those chats. Same as I can't go to those chats and do my lives. Yeah. About a year ago, I was being penalized by a group of peoples because I was able to ignore everybody and do my 18-hour lives, 20-hour lives. People were pissed off with me. They went to war against me. They did everything they could to, get me pissed off. And so, yeah, I got pissed off. I gave them what they wanted, and I fucked them all off. I told everybody to unsubscribe from me. I called them all a bunch of fucking two-faced, backstabbing, no good for nothing, cunt, cowardly bastards, and I fuck them all off. And they send friends in to target me, and I says, "Oh, you're representing that person. You've come in for war." Right, that'll explain a lot then. And yeah, I fucks them up. I got no patience for these gangs. I've got no patience for ignorance and bullies. And so for me, when I see them, it doesn't matter who they are. Yeah, I give it to them. It's like, for example, there's a if I find that there's like 30 or 40 people accumulating into one chat every day religiously, and they don't let anything different, well, then I says that's a Nazi camp. And when I recognize it's a Nazi camp, I tell everybody it's a Nazi camp. This is YouTube. is a free world. We're living in 2023. I think because I've told drug addicts and thieves, I've told them they've got no place on YouTube. Drug addicts, thieves, sexual predators, simps, leches, grasses, snitches, because I've told them I got no tolerance and no patience and no compassion for them. Same as the online whoring. I've got no time or compassion or consideration for them. If I think that you're an online whore, if I think you're whoring online, I will tell everybody I think you are whoring online. First, I'll tell you though. First, I'll tell the person that is responsible. And if they ignore what I've got to say to them, I've bowed down and shown no alliance, no allegiance. And I don't have any compassion for the simps, for the simplest of things. I don't have any compassion. And the biggest message that people forget, why I have no compassion. I'm too fucking hungry to have compassion. I'm too fucking hungry to have consideration for what? Something that's eaten that shouldn't be eaten. Huh? How the fuck can you tell me that that junkie deserves to be eaten more than I deserve to be eaten? How can you tell me that that junkie, that pisshead, is worth £500 a month and I'm worth nothing a month? How can you tell me that that pisshead, that junkie, is worth prison time or psychiatric time and I'm worth nothing? And so this is what I've shown people on YouTube. Yeah? That's what I've shown them. Okay, I'm nothing. So I'll do a Bobby Sands. I'll do a starvation act. Yeah? I'll die of hunger. No problem. I don't mind. I'm entitled to nothing. I don't take government monies. Yeah, and because I frown down upon people that do take government monies, especially if they're on YouTube all day. If they're on YouTube all day, they can fucking work. Huh? And if they're on YouTube all day, working, well, then they've got no place talking to me. Because I'm on YouTube for socializing. Hey, yo, crazy purple lady. Good morning. Good morning, Blackwatch. Yo, part-time planting. David Cox, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. For me, I've witnessed this in Ireland and in England. Yeah. I've had the government saying to me, you know, like, you're not a priority. You're not a priority, they says, with their freaking turbans on their head. Do you know what it means? Yeah, with their Pakistani origins. They says to me. I've had it since I was 19. First time that I tried. And they said, no, 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 nothing for you. You're a single man. Fuck off. And I said, I'm a single man. Right? Well, at least I'm not the fucking 16-year-old whore hoping in her fucking legs, yeah, just to get an apartment. And seriously, There was a lot of those that I went to school with. Yeah. And they were saying all they're going to do with their lives is be a mother. They're going to have their own council house. They're going to have X amount of children. I like, how the fuck are these people priority? What do they offer the system? What do they offer their countrymen? Absolutely nothing. I was head fraggled first time I went to social for assistance. I was head fraggled. I was on a boat accident, 90 miles out at sea, allegedly. And the boat turned around and crashed into mainland. I didn't feel safe going out on the fishing boats anymore. I didn't feel safe being around teams of people anymore. But the system told me to fuck off and grow up. That's what the system told me. I haven't got any compassion for the junkies and pissheads. I haven't got any compassion for them criminal bastards. You know, the career criminals, the ones that go in and out of jail because they can't handle reality. But yet, that's where the world is favoritizing. We got to have sympathy and be sympathetic towards the weakest. You know, we have to frown down upon the strongest. The strongest of 2023. And we have to frown down upon them. There's a crazy movement going on now. It's called equality. You can be a man or you can be a woman. You know, you can be born a woman and become a man. Yeah, and you can be born a man and become a woman. This is for equality. Equality throughout the genders. Equality. Huh? So now as men, you can beat up on women. And as women, you can go and get a man's job. That's what 2023 means. Equality. My opinion. It's sad. People aren't awake to it. It's very, very sad. Hello, my darling. The worst things on this planet, for my generations, for our generations, everything of the worst has been so familiarized. It is so natural and normal within the world now. The worst of criminals will be the most richest and the most protected throughout life, from start to finish. The most craziest will be the most protected, the most worshipped, and the most valuable, the most valued. And for me, I don't know, to try and to try and fall into place of society, to find a place in society, is like, fuck that, fuck that. I cannot imagine having a boss in a kitchen or on the fishing boats, work environments that I'm used to. I couldn't imagine having a boss within the garage. That's you know, like born a man but wants to be a woman, or a woman born they're going to be sewing things off and chopping things off to become a man. I cannot see myself working with people like that. It was the same as when I was in a homeless person's hostel. I did not socialize with the drunks and the drug addicts. I didn't. I couldn't. I don't like them. Don't like the smell of them. Don't like the sight of them. Don't like the sound of them. And I certainly don't agree with the politics that's on their side. And so, David Cox, this is how I fucks off a lot of the peoples. Yeah. This is how a lot of the people that used to come to this chat have all fucked off. Yeah. I put down my likes and my dislikes. I tolerated them in their ways for a long time. But the truth be known, it's to do with being sociable, sociably accepting. Yeah. I was accepting these alcoholics and drug addicts on YouTube for the first year and a half that I was here, trying to learn to see if I can communicate with the most sickest of the sickest, the lowest of the lows. If I can communicate with them, well, then I've moved forward. Because for the last 40 odd years, if I seen them out on the street, I'd spit on them. If I have the opportunity of pissing in a bottle and shitting in a fucking jar and knowing that those dirty bastards are going to be recycling and be testing, seeing if that is lemonade, to see if that is Nutella, well, then I'd put it in that bin every freaking day just to see that same dirty, no good for nothing junkie living out of the bins, eating my shit, drinking my piss. And that's how I upset peoples. Gladly. And that's how people fucks me off. Runs away from me. It's like when I calls he calls himself a family man and he sits in his shed begging all day, every day. Yeah. You know, and he hangs around with the informers, you know, the police informers. And it's like, lad, people like you, yeah, nah. People like him. And when I highlight people like him, the rest of the community says, nah, we don't like you, Steve. You're picking on somebody. You're bringing kids into it. And I say, no, hang on a minute. No. That's a retired junkie. That's a retired house burglar. Yeah. Now he's a retired burglar junkie. Yeah. And he's too scared of jail now. Right. He's got himself a family. He gets social benefits. His missus gets social benefits. So why is this fucker on YouTube begging for his children? Why is he begging on YouTube? And why are other people encouraging him to beg on YouTube? Whereas he doesn't need to beg. He's got a house. He's got family. He's got potential to get a job. He's living in environments where he can get a job. But nobody will employ him because he's a retired burglar, because he's a retired junkie. So nobody will employ him. And he's too lazy to go get a job, because if he go get a job, he'll have to pay his rent. He'll have to support his wife. He'll have to support his children. Yeah. And that's why he maintains in a council house. Yeah. That's why he maintains with social benefits. Well, for him, I tells him, go get a job. You're able to run around with auditors. You're able to sit there every morning punctually. You don't have an issue with getting up in the mornings. Evidently, you don't have an issue going to bed at night. But you'd have to work a lot of hours, wouldn't you? Huh? To support your family, wouldn't you? You'd have to work double. You'd even have to send your missus out to work, wouldn't you? You get me? Ooh, that's a scary world, that isn't it? When you've been a junkie and robbing all your life, and now you have to go and finance your own existence and be responsible for everything that you are. Personally, I says in the world, if you've been a registered junkie, if you've been a registered alcoholic, if you're a criminal, then you've got no place with government housing. You've got no place with government payouts. You've got no place going to them places asking for handouts. You're a criminal junkie. Now fuck off. And that's what I says to peoples. And they don't like me for it. I do work for peoples. I get work done for peoples. And most of the time they says, I've got no monies. So I says, yeah, well, I'm a tramp. So as long as you can fucking feed me, I'll keep working. The problem with these dumbasses is they think that they can give me a fucking crisp sandwich for doing a 14-hour days fucking labor. Huh? They think that when I do a day, 2 days, fucking 3 days roofing, and I says, I'll do your fucking roofing for you, just put some fucking meals down there. They think because they put a fucking crisp sandwich and a fucking microwave McDonald's dinner there, they think that that's substantial. I says to him, listen, for every day work that I do for you, you owe me a week's worth of food. Not a simple fucking cheese sandwich or a simple fucking crisp sandwich. You owe me a week's food. If I'm doing a day's work for you, 14 hours, hard labor, you owe me a week's worth of food. But these people are such money grabbing, selfish, tight pocket bastards. They says, with an attitude like yours, Steve, you can fuck off. And I say, yeah. You're telling me to fuck off because I've already fucked you off. Hmm? You think that if you're worth £120 a day, you are worth £120 a day, but everybody else is worth a crisp sandwich. I says, boy, you'll be lucky if you get a fucking crisp sandwich. Huh? Next time you be working, you'll be lucky. And you see, people that have seen me for a year and a half, for 2 years on this YouTube channel, they knows, don't you, UK lady? Huh? UK lady. You knows that I worked for the mechanic down there, 14 hours a day, fixing vehicles, minding his horse. What did I get paid? A meal. You knows, UK lady. I worked for the man up on the fucking mountains up there. What did he pay me? Sandwiches. You knows, UK lady. I sits here minding this fucking house for people that brought into it. Fought. Yeah? They fought. Yeah? You knows, UK lady. You knows. I sits there whilst other people are earning. You knows I get paid fuck all. And UK lady, you knows, because you fear for the dogs. I've heard you say it a couple of times, UK lady. You have concerns for the dogs. Well, UK lady, I have concern for your dog. I have concerns for you. But I don't tell everybody about it. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you I have concerns about you. Huh? It don't involve Ministry of Madness, UK lady. It don't involve fucking dickhead fucking gripper, UK lady. All right, UK lady? It don't involve them dickheads and their panels. Yeah? You don't come onto my panel talk to me, UK ladies. The only time you come on my panel, UK ladies, last year, was to advertise BBA. I mean, have you got a love factuation going on with BBA? Are you infatuated with BBA, UK lady? Seriously, UK lady. UK lady. When I seen them all being racist towards you a year and a half ago, I fucked them all off. A year and a half ago, UK lady. Yeah, when I watched them being racist to you, and you being so naive, and you being so desperate for company, so desperate for the limelight. I seen you charming your way in. And then when I see you with these fucking deadbeats like Gripper, R9 Gamers, the Joe Cares, when I see you so desperate for their attention, I says, whoa, do you know what, yeah? Bye-bye. Bye the fucking bye-bye. When I hear you talking to those people about me, you don't talk to me, but you can talk about me, UK lady. I says, yo, what a trollop. What a skank. What a two-faced, backstabbing, no good for nothing, horrible cunt, is what I says. When I see a year and a half later, when I see you still beelining for those deadbeats, when I still see you beelining for them racist bastards in your direction, when I see you beelining for the same sick perverts, UK lady, I says, whatever misery you got, you bring it to yourself. And Johnny Woodsman made a statement about that a year and a half ago. Some women, no matter how bad they be treated, they bring it on themselves. And UK lady, when I see how you be living on YouTube, I says, you bring the misery to yourself, girl. And I don't need to be concerned or having concerns for people like that. For why I don't pay attention to your channel. For why I'm not interested in the circles where you go. For why you don't see me in chats anymore, UK lady. If you want to see me, you have to come see my channel, UK lady. Remember last year? I was able to do 18 hours and then go to sleep or wake up and do another 18 hours and do another 18 hours. I did not give a fuck about another single channel. And you know what, UK lady? That's good advice for people like you. Yeah? The people showed you racism the same as they showed me racism. The same people showed me racism were showing you racism. That's your problem. You're a sucker for it. You want to fight. You want the misery. But UK lady, I don't want the misery that you're seeking. I'm not looking for the perverts' attention that you're obsessed with. I'm not looking for that in life. I come down to look for the sunshine, for the sunsets and the sunrise. Unfortunately, I share it on YouTube and I share it with ungrateful bastards like you, UK lady, who then go and take it to Ministry of Madness and use it against me. Aye, UK lady, I'm fully wise to you. And UK lady, when the magpies were telling me that you're the biggest troll, you're one of the biggest of trolls, you're not to be trusted on YouTube, I brushed it all under the carpet. I brushed it all under the carpet, UK lady. I don't pay attention to what other people have got to say to me about other people, because people will be different with me than they are with you. And you'll be different with me than you are with other people's. And I'll be different with you than I am with other people's. I treat you like individuals. And when I identify individuals, and when people says, hey, Steve, you turn on everybody's. I says, listen, you want to rewind to a year and a half ago when UK lady latched onto me channel. You want to pay attention to all and everything that UK lady does. It's for herself, it isn't for anybody else. It's for herself. She ain't never done nothing for me. Apart from when Matrix on PC was being deceitful on my panel, so was UK Lady. UK Lady and Matrix on PC were both passing messages using my channel to get to the people in the chat, to get messages across. So UK Lady, I don't think is Baron that's suitable for you. I think you're more compatible for Matrix on PC. And Matrix on PC, are you going to be committing suicide again this Christmas? That's one type of person I cannot fucking stand, is the suicidal types. Hey, UK Lady, maybe you are a little bit slower than the rest of the peoples. But let me remind you about something, right? I asked Andrew J, Ministry of Madness, and there was two other people. I think Torbs was up on panel at the same time. Yeah? I asked them all. I says, you knows this Tim. Do you trust him? Do you? And not one of them answered. It was about this time last year when Tim was making preparations to come here. And I'll tell you something now. Yeah? I did not trust him. The way Tim was manipulating and controlling, he's untrustworthy. And that was visible a year ago. Yo, Robert Lee, good morning. It was visible a year ago when Tim latched onto this channel. It was visible Tim was not trustworthy. Seriously, he told us all. He went to the council because he was asking for a blanket. They refused him a blanket, so he sued them. That, for me, is an untrustworthy person. For the fact that he was waiting for dead money, dark money, because he was suing people. He was making people jobless. He was taking people's livelihoods. That, for me, is an untrustworthy person. There's nothing trustworthy about somebody as deceitful and malicious as him. When I gave his details over to the peoples that I'm in communication with, and they said, he's a horrible, no good for nothing. That's what I trusted. When he arrived here and he proved before his first night here, he proved all the way down on that road there, he proved that he ain't no good. He proved in so many ways that he's non-trustworthy. He proved. For me, I just highlighted what's untrustworthy about him. For me, I just highlighted and just had it in my grasp. Yeah? I've shown from day one that that boy is no good. His friend, Matty, BBW, his friend, Matty depended on Tim. Matty really, really depended and trusted on Tim. And yet Tim was paying me for upsetting Matty. Tim was getting very excited into how he's upsetting Matty by befriending me. And many people remember how Matty said, everybody, if you're associated with Steve, you're blocked from here, you're not welcome from here, except for Tim. Everybody remembers that. Huh? Because Tim was BBW's lifeline. But look how Tim was playing BBW. Look how Tim played Bumblebee T. Look how Tim played Cesspit. Look how Tim played everybody and everything. Look how Tim went around YouTube. If you let Steve on your panel talk about me, I'm striking you. If you talk to Steve, I'm not paying you no more. Look how Tim put a fear in so many people's. Look how Torbs and BBAs, and the ministries are all like brown nosing for the Tim. Look how Zara B is all for the Tim. Look at these peoples. Because they're scared. Look at AJ. Very, very scared. Tim's doorstepping me. Tim's doorstepping me. Oh, Steve, help, help, help. Tim's doorstepping me, Steve. Oh. For fuck's sake. Bunch of deadbeats. And David, this is exactly how I get rid of peoples. Yeah? By giving them the home truths, by giving them the history class of, since I've been involved in YouTube, I've got a photographic memory as much as what I've learned, who I've learned it from on YouTube. Yeah? And so these people have like really, like, yeah? Yeah? I don't have a script. I have a good fucking memory. I have a good memory. I have a clear mind. And that's what Nick Williams said to me. Steve, get into that YouTube. You'll do great. Here's an invitation. Go and get involved in the governor, the hardest man in England. I said straight away, there ain't no hardest man in England. He's a junkie. He's a sellout. He bullies women. There ain't no hard man of England. What, that Decker Eggy? He's a pussyo. And that's Steve Cookie. Pussyo. People like that are lower than me. Lower than me. Steve Cookie. He's a deadbeat. He's a fucking violent burglar. He's a deadbeat. He's the sort of person that fucks up people's Christmases by robbing their houses. That's Steve Cookie. So when Androgna was bigging up Steve Cookie, it's like, Androgna, grow the fuck up. You deadbeat. You do not go bigging up junky fucking criminals, burglars, the ones that interfere with your children's Christmas. Same as you don't be bigging up the Decaheggies. Just because the Decaheggies wearing a Santa Claus suit and he's got your child bouncing on his knee. Huh? I would not be allowing and encouraging that. And that's what I said from day one. I got my standards. I set my standards. I don't look into murders. I don't look into missing people. I don't even watch the news. So, Nick Williams, your interests are the sickest of the sickest. But Nick Williams, since trying to understand you and why you do what you do, I found other people that do similar. And Nick Williams, I think I can help you. But Tim, you're beyond help. Tim, you threatened my life with a baseball bat. You threatened to burn me out, burn my dogs out. And that was long before I mentioned your runaway girlfriend. Your runaway girlfriend is what I mentioned. You keep mentioning your wife. I never knew you were married. I never knew you had a wife. I knew you had a girlfriend, and she ran away with a drug dealer, and then she overdosed. I remember you telling me about that, Tim. But I never remember you telling me about a wife, Tim. So, Tim, you get your stories straight for Scotland. By the time you get your stories in Spain, you need to translate it to Spanish. Yeah, Scottish and Spanish are 10 different languages, by. Your translation's a bit mixed up. What you said to me here in Spain was totally different to what you're saying now. You're in England. Now, Nessie wants to have a chat with me again. Tell her to make an appointment. And before she goes reciting, saying, he said he's going to smash my face in, he said he's going to stomp me on the head. Actually, what I said was, if you're standing in front of me with that behavior, if you're coming at me with that behavior, well, then this is what you can expect. Now, Chris, So, Tim, you've had since December 2022 to join my panel, to join Sparky's panel, to join Mark Kelly's panel, to join numerous people's panels. But, Tim Dre, you prefer the police. You prefer silencing and ratting people. That's your lifestyle. That just goes to show. At least we've highlighted you for who and what you are. Police and solicitors, eh? Eh, Tim Draycott? Eh? You're a criminal, Tim Draycott. But yet, you're two-faced, double standard criminal. You think that you're Al Capone. You think that you got friends in the police force, but you can be the outlaw criminal. Well, you belong with Matty Cesspit. That's where you belong. That's where you belong. With the Gambino family. That's exactly where you belong. That's exactly where he belongs. Nice bit of orange. Wood. Strange. So yeah, I get entertainment. Sharing sunrise, sharing sunsets, going for a walk. Talking about other people from YouTube ain't really my thing. Talking about other people really in life ain't my thing. What I be doing on YouTube is showing you people's how pathetic a lot of you are. As a tramp, my lifestyle, it reflects here on YouTube. If I don't like you, I walk away from you. Before I want to hurt you, I'll walk away from you. When you come chasing me, I'll put the spotlight on you. And everybody will know you came to me. I'm not chasing you. I couldn't give two fucks about you. So why the fuck you chasing me? Why you want the attention from me? Why can't you handle the attention that you're given? It's a question I'd be asking. If I give you the attention you're seeking, why you can't handle it? Why you coming in seeking things you can't handle? I tell you why. Because it's in your culture. You're greedy. You're paranoid that you're missing out. So who are you scouting for today, UK lady? Is it even you, UK lady? I mean, who are you scouting for today? Your boss Zara B? Or you want to be boss fucking ministry? And my American listeners, Canadian listeners, I don't know if any of you are aware, but UK lady is actually an American lady living in England. I don't know if me American friends are aware of that. Well, yes, American friends, if you wish to find out, there's a UK lady. She's an American living in England. My American friends, remember how the English have treated me. Yeah, I'm on the run. They says I'm on the run. So maybe UK lady's on the run. You know, because she's not in her natural land. Yeah, so maybe she's on the run. Hmm? Bit like the chief over in that hippie community. Yeah, maybe he's on the run. He's from America. He's living there in Spain. Maybe they're on the run. I can tell you, I am not on the run. I never had to run from the police in Ireland, never had to run from the police in England. And I certainly will not be running from them in Spain. And you see, some people say, Steve, that's bang out of order. And I'll say, but hang on a minute. UK lady goes to a lot of chats, a lot of channels where they be calling me bad things. Yeah. And she stays silent. She'll laugh it off. She'll get involved. And she'll go back time and time again. So because it's allowed, other people's pointing other people's direction for her entertainment, the spotlight can be turned on her. Now, for simpleton cheeky chops, simpleton cheeky chops, cheeky chops, you're a pervert, you're a lech, you're a simp. We live in 2023 where the women can go and chop off their tits and stick a cock between their legs. And a man can chop off their dick, put a bit of tit on them, give them a slice in the fucking between their legs that joins their butt crack. That's for one reason. So you can smack them equally. There is no difference between man or woman in 2023. Living where I live, there is still male and female. Yeah, we're different. We're different. Male and female. We're different. There is no such thing as equality. Life is really, really unbalanced. Man, woman. A friend said to me the other day, Steve, if somebody's gone to the police about you, go to the police about them. I said, nah, that's ratting. I says, I just let the police come to me. If that person's been to the police about me, I let the police come to me. When the police come to me, I'll deal with the police. Let the police deal with them. Hmm? One of the lads said, Steve, you've got yourself covered. Because since you come onto YouTube, you've been in contact with solicitors, you've been in contact with the news reporters, you've been in contact with criminologists, you've been in contact with all walks of life, Steve. They says, you're all right, Steve. Don't worry about it. You got people listening to you down in the village. Don't worry about it, Steve. You got it all good. It says, but Steve, you'd make it better for yourself if you went to the police and made statements against Tim. I said, nah. My statements are here on YouTube. The truth is here on YouTube as and when it happened. And that's what I can prove. Tim, you threatened my life long before I mentioned your dead wife. And the only time I mention your dead wife, Tim, is when you try and tell everybody when you try and tell everybody that I'm talking about your dead wife. I'm not talking about your dead wife. I'm talking about your girlfriend, the girlfriend that you had, the one that ran away and overdosed. You had an argument. She ran away and she overdosed. I'm not mentioned your wife, Tim. Ever. You had an argument with your missus. She ran away. She overdosed. It sounds the same as what Andrew J had going on in his life. You don't like the association? You don't like the guilty friendship? You shouldn't have made friends with people similar interests as yourself, Tim. Because you look like a gang of desperate men. At this point, you look like a gang of desperate men. YouTube Asylum. You look like part of the gang of desperate men. I was in love once, but I was high. I was so high, I thought I was in love. I was so high. We were in love. Oh shit. I gotta sober up now. Oh fuck. I'm all alone. Help! Benefits! Social system! Help! 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 Ah, desperate, dirty old men. It's really, really comical listening to the desperation of these men. I mean, there you are, like, like representing King Henry, right? King Henry, yeah? King Henry. How many wives did he have? Yeah, how many wives did he slaughter? I mean, seriously. Oh, you're a junkie. Head off. Move on to the next one. Oh, you're another junkie. Head off. Move on to the next one. Oh, you're a pisshead woman. Move on to the next one. Seriously, don't stress about it, boys. Seriously. If somebody die on you young, be grateful. You've not had to see them suffering of old age. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with peoples, but they've got it arse about face. As it comes to Halloween, here in Spain, we worship the dead. Worship, yeah? We worship the dead. We're going to clean their graves. We don't give a fuck about trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. Damn. Instead of trick-or-treating, those poor elderly people, huh? Go and trick-or-treat the fucking bank. Huh? Go and trick-or-treat the fucking tax man. Go and trick-or-treat the police station or the military bases. Don't be trick-or-treating the old elderly people. Don't be trick-or-treating people on social benefits. Don't be trick-or-treating disabled peoples. Oh, look, England, they just banned trick-or-treating because it's an island full of disabled. It's a disabled island. The more disabled you are, the more welcomed and encouraged to life you are in England. Well, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow, when I pick up the winning lottery ticket, yeah, and I get married on Tuesday, right, and I buy my wife everything she wants, am I responsible for her overdose? I mean, physically, mentally, morally, yes. If I'm the provider, then I'm responsible. Hey, Tim, how many days are you in Spain? I really cannot wait. I really cannot wait. Hmm? Seriously, I'd much rather just go to sleep now and wake up when Tim arrives in December. Yeah, I am going to have such a laugh. Such, yet again, yet again. He's going to be rolling it up and trying to bill me for it yet again. But it's not my doing. It's his doing. His actions, his dreams. Oh, I was gonna say something then. I was gonna say something like, hey Tim, when you come to Spain, be careful. The Spanish don't like you, and the English people that you've upset and dragged down with you, Tim, they don't like you either. And the Welsh people that here in Spain that are aware of you, Tim, they don't like you either, Tim. Because of you, Tim, there's been investigations on a lot of people, Tim. Because of you, Tim, and your friend Nick Williams, there's investigations and movements on a lot of people, Tim. And they're not happy with you, Tim. So be careful, Tim. From news reporters, I've got 3 of them. I've got 3 news reporters on my side that live here in Spain. What you got, Tim? I've got 9 years of good reputation here in Spain. What have you got, Tim? Oh, you came here and you junkied up. You pissed away your fucking your inheritance. You pissed up and you drugged away the selling of your house, your business. Well, Tim, it's a little bit strange how you and Nick Williams are associated in the same areas, same time. And so, yeah, there's a lot of people curious to you two. And your friends and circles of people you socialize with, Tim. So, Tim, be careful, because you don't want to get done for trafficking. You don't want to be driving over with all your worldly possessions. Because all your worldly possessions, Tim, when you get arrested, all your worldly possessions will be gone. You won't be able to blame anybody apart from yourself. Because you started this about this time last year. When you were adamant you're coming to silence me on behalf of Nick Williams. For your involvement in Portugal, Tim. Tim Draycott, Nick Williams. All right, bye bye, everyone. Nobody's chatting. They got nothing to say. And jog them on.